December 11th, 2021. Ray J. Black would live stream on Facebook Live and confess to murdering his girlfriend, and then before ending the live stream would chase after his ex-wife.
That I would be doing this, but I gotta make it quick. For everybody out there that supported me and really knows what's going on, thank you all. I've been going through a custody battle. I've been going through having my ex-wife say I molested my children and all kinds of craziness. Been fighting for custody for 3 years. So, you know, shit has been real crazy. What's up, Oliver? You know about this. Going through it with my ex-wife, blah, blah, blah. So, and start dating somebody new. And she got pregnant. And, we got in a fight. First thing she does, she's threatening that she's going to do the same thing. You're never going to see your kids, blah, blah, blah. It's the holidays, man. I don't have no family, nothing. Anyway, I just did something crazy, man. I just shot my ex-girlfriend in the head, yo. Felt like a dream. Like, I never thought I would be that guy. I can't go to prison, so the person that really started my depression and all of this is my ex-wife. So she next, and then I'm going to do myself too. But I just wanted to say this to people. Don't play with people's emotions, man. Don't lie on these men. Oh, here's my ex-wife right here. Today's the day.
Police said that Ray J. Black shot and killed his ex-girlfriend, Tara LeBang, inside a South Baltimore house before driving to Columbia, where he shot and killed his ex-wife, Wendy Black. Online court records show that the Black's custody case was reopened in 2018 and remained in near constant fillings for over 4 years, one as recently as a week before, in which Ray J. Black accused his ex-wife of blowing off a court-ordered child custody exchange. Wendy Black begged the court to protect her from a man who she called violent, unstable, and determined to kill her. Ray J. Black also accused his ex-wife of trying to hit him with her car, of hiding her address, and therefore hiding the children. But dominating the custody case file were domestic violence charges filed against Ray J. Black by his ex-wife, including her handwritten pleas to the court for protection saying, "Ray J threatened to kill me with a gun. He has access to weapons, guns, and has been known to abuse alcohol and drugs. He has pushed, shoved, threatened, and bitten me in the past. I'm afraid of him and his anger, and do not want him to know where I live. I am terrified because I do not know what he's capable of doing to me and the girls. I do not feel like we are safe. I do not feel safe at all. I feel that my life is in danger." The sad thing is, if the police had taken action, both victims could have still been alive, and even more tragic, Ray J left his kids with no parents. This is one of the most heartbreaking and disturbing stories I've came across on the internet. This is a haunting, heart-wrenching tale of a man whose life was completely derailed by something as seamlessly harmless as a supplement. What makes this even harder to process is the raw, unfiltered way he shares his experiences, documenting every painful moment through a series of logs. His honesty cuts deep, and the tragedy of the situation is undeniable. This man's journey began innocently enough. Like so many others, he was seeking to improve his life. He turned to the lion's mane mushroom, a supplement marketed as a natural and beneficial way to improve cognitive and nerve health. But instead of enhancing his well-being, it plunged him into a nightmare. His vlogs serve as a harrowing account of what he endures daily, a physical and emotional hell that most of us can't even imagine. He describes an unrelenting tightness in his head, a sensation so intense that he compares it to his forehead being superglued back.
All day, just so tight, all here. It's like super. So when you put like a piece of sheet metal or super glue, all here. And doing this with my jaw, it's like a living hell.
Desperate for relief, he constantly opens and stretches his jaw, but the pain remains. Over time, his body began betraying him even further. He started losing sensation in his fingertips. his left leg, and other parts of his body. Each day is just a battle to function, and he admits that he can't find joy in anything anymore because the pain overshadows it all. The emotional weight of his story is overwhelming, and you can see it in his eyes and voice. He would explain numerous times of how this affected his life and his family. He talks about how he had dreams, beautiful, simple dreams of marrying the woman he loves and building a life together. He talks extensively of how this affected his relationship, and it's genuinely hard to watch as he tries to keep himself together in front of the camera.
I'm trying to enjoy New Year's Eve, but I can't. My fingertips are numb. I had a couple beers just to try and relax. I still can't relax. I can't believe this happened to me. The girl of my dreams, my girlfriend, who I wanted to marry before all this happened to me, we're looking at photos of her and her boyfriend, or not, her and her sister's husband and their children, and I wanted to have children, or I wanted to have a family, but I don't know. Now it looks like I can't because of what happened to me. I told my girlfriend tonight that if I don't get better next year, that she can just leave me.
He would also talk about his constant thoughts of suicide because of this constant feeling. This entire channel is very hard to watch as you can see the raw emotion and feelings that he's experiencing while he continues on with no sign of help or recovery. This led him to create a subreddit dedicated to those who experience this. In the subreddit, he would post his full story on how this first started and how it developed. I never thought I would find myself telling this story. Never imagined that a simple decision, trying a supplement, would change my life forever. But here I am, living proof that hell exists. Not as some distant, abstract concept, but as a relentless, daily reality. This is my story of how the lion's mane mushroom devastated my health, my relationships, and my future. November 2021, my life was normal. I had a full-time job, I was exercising regularly, and I was saving for a future with the woman I love. I was the type of person who valued self-improvement. I tracked my goals, planned for the future, and explored ways to be more productive. And that's how I stumbled upon the lion's mane mushroom. The supplement hailed for its ability to boost cognitive function and nerve health. I did some research. The reviews were overwhelmingly positive. It was marketed as superfood, and I saw it as a harmless addition to my routine. I ordered a brand called OM Mushrooms, and started taking it daily. For 2 weeks, I mixed into my coffee each morning, completely unaware of the storm it would unleash in my body. At first, there were small, strange signs. My heart felt off beating regularly during workouts and stayed elevated long after. I chalked it up to being caffeine. Then on a night like any other, I smoked a small amount of cannabis, something I've done occasionally to relax. Within minutes, I felt something I've never felt before. My heart pounded violently. My chest tightened, and I was consumed by a sensation of complete dread. I felt like I was dying. That night, I didn't sleep. The next day, I felt disconnected, as if I was watching myself from the outside. My vision was blurry, my head felt heavy, my heart wouldn't stop racing. I thought it would pass. It didn't. Over the next few days, my symptoms escalated. I lost the ability to sleep. My brain was stuck on mode, wired and alert, no matter how exhausted I felt. Within weeks, my body began to break down. I started experiencing internal vibrations, like a phone set to vibrate, constantly buzzing inside my chest, back, and head. My hands, feet, and other parts went numb, robbing me of basic sensations I've always taken for granted. My balance became unreliable. I'd trip or stumble, even while standing still. The most relentless symptom, however, was the pain in my head. It wasn't a headache, it was a tight, pulsating, throbbing sensation, as if something foreign was lodged in the left side of my skull. This pain became my constant companion, unrelenting and inescapable. I sought help again and again. Over the months, I saw 5 neurologists, multiple general practitioners, cardiologists, and other specialists. I underwent countless tests, MRIs, EMGs, blood work, sleep studies, and more. None of them provided answers. Most doctors dismissed my symptoms as anxiety or a psychiatric condition. Even my family, apart from a few close loved ones, struggled to understand. I knew what I had. I lost the ability to feel my girlfriend's hand, the freedom to enjoy a hot shower, the simple pleasure of a full night's sleep. My once sharp, focused mind felt dulled and disconnected. I couldn't concentrate, couldn't remember things, couldn't think like I used to. I was trapped in a body and mind that no longer felt like mine. I wasn't alone. There were online communities that connected with others who have been harmed by lion's mane mushroom. Some have lost the ability to sleep. Others experience burning sensations, depersonalization, and nerve damage. One man can no longer visualize thoughts in his mind. A woman with a family to care for was rendered incapable of functioning. These weren't isolated incidents, they were pieces of a troubling pattern. What we all shared was a sense of disbelief. How could something marketed as safe, natural, and beneficial cause such devastating harm? Why was no one paying attention? The worst part is what this has done to my relationships. I love my girlfriend deeply, but I feel like I'm failing her. I wanted to marry her, to build a life together. And now I can barely function. My family worries constantly, and I feel like a shadow of the person I used to be. I can't escape the regrets. If I had known what lion's mane could do, I never would have taken it. If I had done more research, if I had listened to the early warning signs, maybe I could have avoided this. But there's no going back. This story isn't just for me. It's for anyone who has trusted a supplement without questioning its safety. It's a reminder that natural doesn't always mean safe. Lion's mane mushroom may help some people, but for others like me, it can be catastrophic. I don't know if I'll ever recover, but if sharing my story can prevent even one person from experiencing what I have, then it's worth telling. Many others on the subreddit have experienced something similar to this, making this not just an outlier. Countless others share similar side effects of losing feelings in their hands and feet. They all shared that it seemed like doctors couldn't understand what they were feeling. I haven't came across a post of anyone that has recovered from this. The original creator would continue his post, with one being very sad, letting people know that his girlfriend left him. And with his most recent post, he shows everyone a CAT scan of his brain, showing that he suffered a traumatic brain injury. I want to make it clear that I'm not a health professional, so I can only speak from the information I've came across. But what's striking is the stark contrast between those who's taken lion's mane mushroom without issue and the members of the community who have claimed to have suffered devastating side effects. And the most troubling part is, if what this community is saying is true, there seems to be little to no scientific evidence to back their claims. But honestly, with over 15,000 people experiencing this problem, there has to be some type of correlation or even an explanation on why people are experiencing this. I really hope this person and everyone else in the community can find the help they need, because this is truly a very saddening thing that can happen to anyone.
Marco Diaz. This account would start to gain more attention shortly after the Smart Schoolboy 9 incident that occurred. We actually covered this in the last part, but the main reason I bring this up is because after SSB started gaining mass attention, people would start looking through SSB's following list to see if any other accounts like his existed. And this would be where people would start to discover the account named The Real Marco Diaz. This account has been around for some time now, and despite numerous reports, he stays on social platforms like a parasite. His account at first glance looks relatively normal until you start seeing his posts. First, looking at his account name, Marco Diaz, this isn't his real name, as Marco Diaz is a fictional character from a TV show. And in his post, he would continuously insist the fact that he is actually the real Marco Diaz by trying to look like him.
Hello, my name is Marco Diaz. I got the cure. I think it's the real, what it is? The real. Yes, it's the real Rift of Magic. I tell you, I think it's real, the Rift of Magic. It's a humans. Starfish is a force of evil. It's called the Rift, like a realm of magic. Da-da-da-da. He's correct. Starfish is the force of evil. It's the real Marco Diaz. Now is the real Marco Diaz. Now the realm of magic is ultimate power. Is the Jubilee forms ultimate stronger. Now is real Jubilee formed and the switch forms. Let's see, powerful wings. Yeah. The fairy. Yeah, I think with the powerful wings of the fairy. If it's correct. I'm gonna show you how to do real I got it happening. I got the cure. It's right here. At least I can show you. I can't move my arms. Ready? You got a surprise? You got rip yes, I got the rip of magic. I got the magical powers, and now I think it was really like the real cure. Yeah. Yes, is the wait, I can see it. I think yeah, it's like that. Rim, like what do you call that? Is REALM is of magic. Yeah, rim of magic. That's what the word.
Things take a dark turn when you stumble across these posts like this one. In the video, he's holding a child's foot while talking nonsense in the description. This theme would actually continue on his account, ranging from cartoon characters to actual real children. Things take another insane jump as, looking at his story highlights, he posted other accounts talking about him, and he somehow got access to this email of someone contacting the Los Angeles police about him. In the email, it states many things we've already seen, but it also states when this was written that he literally admitted to being a PDF file in his bio. It would also expose his real name, Edgar Neary. Another disturbing thing he has done actually occurred on his YouTube channel, where he would post 2 videos of him grabbing a foot of a child.
Please cannot touch your feet. Motivate shoes and boots. Please, Princess Peach. Please, yes, please to Candy. Wiggly popping up.
He also has a couple accounts on Twitter, like Edgar Neary for Neary, Neary Edgar, and Edgar Neary 22. His activity on Twitter stays similar to his one on Instagram, and at some point on his Twitter, he would keep tweeting at a user known as Stalka. He would continuously harass this user until a supposed friend of the user would message him some very strong words that I can't show because of how angry the person was in their writing, but they would state to stop bothering my friends, making the connection that he was in fact harassing someone. But there's not much to say here that's not already obvious. He clearly has PDF file intentions, even if there's not proof of him doing any other actions. And on top of that, he constantly defends SSB. Accounts like these are the main reason I'm making this series. These people need to be brought to light and removed from social media. They are real dangers to our society, as I don't even want to know what kind of things these people do off of social media.
On the surface, this video looks like a music animation, but the lyrics, they're about a monster who exclusively murders and eats little girls. Not figuratively, that's the actual content.
I think that last little girl was the best I ever had. I can't ignore. Yum, yum, get in my tum, tum. Yum, yum. Yum, yum, get in my tum, tum.
The animation style is crude, almost childlike, which somehow makes it even more disturbing. It plays out like a twisted nursery rhyme. The visuals are abstract and warped, but the message is unmistakably clear. This is a monster that targets children, and the song is weirdly casual about it. And what makes this even worse is the tone. It's not gritty or horror themed, it's playful, whimsical even, which gives the whole thing this sick, uncanny vibe, like it was made for someone who shouldn't be watching animation at all. There's no clear origin, no credits, and no explanation. It just exists, sitting on YouTube like a forgotten relic of internet rot. The video leaves the viewer left wondering, who made this, why, and who was it for? It's not shocking in a loud over-the-top way, it's more quiet, specific, and absolutely disturbing. When researching for this video, I came across a very concerning post on YouTube. A YouTube account under this name, with very little content, but in one of them was a clip of a woman sleeping, filmed through what looks to be a keyhole or a narrow door gap. And she's alone and unaware, or pretending to be. But what makes this worse isn't just the footage, it's the behavior. The woman tosses and turns as if she knows someone is there, watching. The titles of the video are in Indonesian, with one of them reading, Tukang Kabu, roughly translated to pervert. Comments online suggest the man lives in Medan, North Sumatra, and works as a locksmith. Which, if true, makes this whole thing even more disturbing. A man with access to keys, to locks, and to homes. Some users even tracked a car license plate from one of his videos. Others found a phone number posted on different video advertising a truck for sale. This man didn't even really try to hide. He posted these clips under his own name, as if he thought nothing of it. At one point in the video, you can even hear the sound of a zipper. It's not clear if the woman in the footage is a stranger, a family member, or even someone complicit in a twisted kind of roleplay, but based on her reactions, her movements, and the distress, it feels very real. And this doesn't appear to be an ARG or performance art. It may be part of something far darker. There are communities online, hidden ones that are dedicated to voyeurism, to watching people sleep, to pretending it's innocent, or even worse, fetishizing it. Channels have been outed like Mr. Sleepy People that have exposed this type of genre before, and this might be another piece of that same kind of twisted puzzle. It's just very disturbing to think that someone could film another human being like this, post it publicly, and walk away without any consequence. Alexander Matthews, also goes by Anime23, has had some very concerning videos where he'd film a girl without her consent. Her name is supposedly Colleen, which was an assistant store manager at GameStop. The video titles are disturbingly suggestive of stalking, with names like, "My first video of the assistant store manager, she doesn't know I'm still filming. I think she was tired, but I'm still filming her. I was messing with her. 5th week, and I think she saw me filming again. 4th week at GameStop, and she's telling me not to wait till closing." He's also made videos addressing these and why he was actually filming. According to him, this all happened back in 2019 or when he was 19 years old. He's also made videos titled Addressing the Videos, where he claims he's been jailed for a reason relating to this.
I like when he spooked Rick, though.
When he what?
When he spooked Rick, remember? Rick threatened to kill him.
Rick threatened to kill like literally everybody in the show.
Girl, I can't believe you don't stop watching Walking Dead after Rick died.
Nope, because I stopped watching it literally the same episode that Glenn died because I just didn't care anymore.
For what?
Because it's just a terrible show now.
You know they got new enemies.
Yeah, but I just don't care.
I thought you.
It's a pointless TV show.
Well, you like Negan.
No, I just didn't care.
What up, YouTube? It's Anime23. I want to address some of the videos that you guys see me posting on YouTube. I've seen a lot of comments. The comments don't get to me, words are words, but the reason why I'm showing you this, to show you guys of how I ruined my life over a woman. Just how I got in trouble over a woman. So I want you guys to understand that, about how a woman can ruin your man's life, or how a woman can ruin a man's life. That's why I'm showing you guys. But it's almost the conclusion of what you guys finished.
He insists these videos were to demonstrate how a woman can ruin a man's life, which is really creepy and ironic, showing he obviously did not learn anything and still blames the victim. He mentions he no longer works for GameStop but won't say what happened. This raises major red flags, especially regarding the woman's unawareness of being filmed and the uploader's disturbing justification for his actions. On another channel, he explains the situation more while completely being delusional to his actions. Where he talks about why he's been arrested in this video, he talks about being completely obsessed with this girl. He claims after he believed she was giving him attitude, it made him enough to go slash her tires twice.
I didn't get pissed off for she didn't leave. I just got pissed off because of her attitude. So at the time, I slashed her tires. Not once, but twice. Then the second time I did it, I don't know how she figured out it was me. Then the third time I didn't try to do it again, but third time I was stupid. I should never went back to the crime scene. I should never went to the crime scene because they was looking for me and I should never went to the crime scene. I got myself caught. Then that's when they locked me. That's when they took me to Melrose Park police station. That's when they told me.
He then explains why he got arrested again and got another court hearing for phone harassment on the same girl.
Got arrested for phone harassment. He told me I had another court date, January 16th. And they said she was gonna get a protection order against me. Come January.
The situation would get worse as he then explains how he followed her back to her house because how obsessed he was.
I was obsessed with her. I couldn't get her out of my head. So, like, around, I followed her back to her house and I just assumed that she lived at this apartment complex, which I don't know if she lived or not. So, at the time, I figured she lived at this home. When I went there, I hold the garage up and I saw it was her car. So I said, you know, she must do live it. So I got mad for all the things that she did, how she treated me, and how she, you know, disrespected me. So I picked up the 2x4 and I bust her window out.
He picked up a 2x4, smashed out the window, and claims he was caught with a quote-unquote murder weapon.
Then I had a freaking disguise on. They called me with them. They caught me with a murder weapon, and that's when I was taken to jail. Cook County Jail. I did 6 months in there.
He seems to be genuinely regretful in this video, but at the same time, he continuously tries to put blame on the victim. A comment on this video explained to him why uploading the videos is a breach of privacy and potentially illegal and would just land him into more trouble. His response to this comment was, "Yeah, okay, but it happened 6 years ago." Even after all this, he would again post a video of him filming the girl in the GameStop. Again, this was allegedly 6 years ago, titled 7th Week, and this is how we ended on bad terms. With the description, 7th week, 2019, November 16th. You guys can see she's mad because she told me I cannot come to the store every day. I didn't listen and I kept doing it. You can see the attitude she has. I wanted to slap her that day, but couldn't. So I'll just let her have her attitude. This is the last video and the conclusion of the videos. And no, Alex, her attitude is because you're harassing her. You even said that you didn't listen and kept coming into the store. I do although hope that he is sincere in trying to get better, but ignoring his past actions of him continuously putting blame on the victim is just something you can't look past. On April 16th, 2017, a 74-year-old grandfather named Robert Godwin Sr. walking home from an Easter dinner in Cleveland. A day meant for peace, family, and faith. He carried a plastic bag filled with aluminum cans. It was something he did often, a simple routine. That day, he never made it home. What would happen next would be seen by millions, and it would become one of the most horrifying examples of social media-fueled violence the world has ever seen.
Found me somebody I'm about to kill. I'm about to kill this guy right here. He's an old dude. Oh, shit. Fuck it. Hi. Can you do me a favor? Can you say Joy Lane?
What?
Can you say Joy Lane?
Joy Lane.
Yeah. She's the reason why this is about to happen to you. How old are you?
Oh, man.
Robert was a father of 10 children and a grandfather to 14. Known for his soft-spoken nature, his love of fishing, and his belief in kindness and faith, he was not the type of person who made enemies. In fact, he had never even met the man who would kill him. On the same day, Steve Stevens, a 37-year-old working in behavioral health, posted a video onto Facebook. In it, he claimed that he just killed someone. He blamed a recent breakup, financial struggles, and personal issues for his mental state, although none of it was justified of what was to come. Just moments later, he live-streamed himself pulling up to Robert Godwin Sr. on a sidewalk. And that's when Stevens would get out of his car with his camera rolling, and Stevens would then pull the trigger, filming the execution-style murder and uploading it onto Facebook. The video stayed up for more than 2 hours, running across the platform before being taken down. The video went viral instantly, sparking shock and outrage. Police launched a multi-state manhunt for Stevens, who would claim online that he had killed more people, although none of these claims were ever confirmed. And for 2 days, the authorities tracked his movements. And on April 18th, Stevens was spotted in Erie County, Pennsylvania, and after a brief chase, he would take his own life with a self-inflicted gunshot wound inside his car. The story is very disturbing and extremely tragic. A completely innocent man's life would be taken just because this person was fueled with pure anger. Satanic Girls. This channel is relatively new, with their first post being only 4 months ago, and they've had recently been more active. The channel at first sight is strange to say the least, the profile picture being 2 female dolls with their description reading Satanic Rituals. The first video on the channel is titled My Message for Divorced Men. The video itself doesn't really follow a real story, and it seems to be just rambling about nonsense.
It's not often that a story like ours gets told, but I want to share how I've helped him find peace and comfort in ways he never imagined possible. This isn't an advertisement, just a glimpse into the unique bond we've formed. When he first brought me home, I could sense the weight of his past bearing down on him, a sense of self-worth. Through our interactions, he has started to heal from the emotional scars left by his divorce. He realizes that he deserves happiness and companionship, even if it's in an unconventional form. This newfound confidence has slowly begun to seep into other areas of his life, making him more...
The second video starts a reoccurring theme on the channel, being obsessed over certain people. This starts with Jim Morrison, a singer-songwriter mainly known for being the main vocalist behind the rock band The Doors. The main thing covered in this video is relating to his death. Jim Morrison passed away in a bathtub in Paris, with many speculating that it was due to an overdose. Going to the video of Jim Morrison, we see a very strange message.
Hello, I am Jim Morrison. I am in hell now. I have a little message to you. Worship Satan. Hate society.
We'll see this theme of that video throughout his channel, with us either being barely able to hear what he's saying or not understanding it at all. It just seems like just pure nonsense. He continues these strange videos with this video, which is an apparent message from Satan to an exorcist known as Bob Larson. Bob Larson is actually a decently sized creator on YouTube with over 100,000 subscribers. In the video, it's extremely hard to understand what he's saying, other than repeating Satan over and over again. He would then shift his videos into doing apparent satanic rituals on people, including Bob Larson, another YouTube creator named Kira Lohan, Florana, and Kenthinki. I'm really not sure what the reason is behind this, as these creators really don't share much in common other than their gender. Kira is a blogger, Blorena being a singer that does covers of various songs. You may know her from her Moonlight cover, if you know you know, and Kenthinki, I believe, is a cosplayer and blogger. But as mentioned in the videos, he appears to do satanic rituals on these people, and for the reason, I'm not so sure. He would then go on and post multiple videos featuring himself doing numerous things that are basically nonsense.
I have a blessing from Satan to you. Hola. Soy la encarnación de mi alma.
After this series of videos, he would go back to his satanic rituals, this time targeting a true crime creator, Bailey Serene. This time, the person behind this seems to actually have an issue with this creator, claiming it's disrespectful to talk about victims while doing makeup.
Hola. For Bailey Serene, serial killers and their victims are funny. She makes her makeup during talking about someone's death. So, Bailey Serene, Satan is blessing you today.
He then does the same for Mr. Ballin, another huge true crime creator. He would then post his most recent satanic ritual being on Eleanor Neal, another true crime creator. More recently, he started shifting his content to more outside activities, where in this video he seems to be filming and following a girl. In the next video, he's seen in the woods with a hung up coat, which appears to be from the woman in the last video. You could already guess what this is implying. The next video, Good People 2, shows him walking around talking to people, with at one point he shoots water at a woman, and then cuts to what looks to be a human head on a tree branch. In the next video, Reeds Creek Road, it's now obvious that the woman in the first video is now tied up and in the woods. If you look at the location on Google Maps, it looks to be a similar location to the one in the video. Again, I must say that this is starting to look like a sort of ARG or art project, because there hasn't been any official police reports near this area. The next video, Girl, he walks around an apartment complex and has a video of him painting a girl that looks to be wearing a coat similar to the one we've already seen. The most recent video uploaded when recording is Night Visitor, where he goes up to a door while filming. This channel has been very recently active, so we most likely haven't seen the end of these videos, but they're very strange to say the least. It's looking out to be some type of art project again, but it's very strange to switch from doing satanic rituals on creators to outright acting like you kidnapped someone. Again, it's most likely not real at all, but that doesn't make it less disturbing. And for the creators mentioned by this channel, I've already reached out to all of them, letting them know what is happening. Smart Schoolboy 9 is an Instagram account that is ran by a deeply disturbed individual. Before people would start uncovering this account, it was relatively obscure. His page consisted of strange posts of him dressing up as a schoolboy and acting like he was going to school despite him looking like a grown man. In a lot of his post descriptions, he tries to push this by trying to make it seem like he's a kid that goes to school. For example, on a wobbling bus to go home after a really good day at school and projects until late. I am the only child on the bus. He posts another video making it seem like he was on the bus again, although these are clearly just videos of him adding a wobble effect to it. There are other disturbing posts like home from school, where he would walk down a hallway while trying to show off his outfit. In another post, he would claim to be in a school's backyard with a description that reads, "Then I'm riding the bus after school with other boys, also age 8, 9, and 10. Clearly, he's just in his own backyard, and it's easy to tell by the trash cans in the background. He continues his pattern with almost every post of him being dressed up as a schoolboy, and in some of these he even tries to mimic their movement, which in turn looks nothing like a kid walking, and sometimes he even tries to talk like a kid.
Good, I recommend these. Good, I recommend. Good, I recommend these. Good, I recommend these. I'm here at school.
And very disturbingly, even in some of these posts, he would post actual pictures of children. And one of these was a kid in nothing but a bathing suit. He actually has posted a lot of this content, with lack of clothes being a constant theme. He would also frequently post pictures of kids that he supposedly went to school with, and would give a description on how he knew them. Another recurring theme on this account is him mentioning his mini boots. He adds them in a lot of his posts, almost like he wants the person viewing to know he's wearing them. This weird addition could be really anything from him trying to look like a schoolboy to even a weird boot fetish. It's also a very common theme for him to add to what looks to be makeup to these supposed classmates, and even to himself, as clearly this isn't a real facial shape of a real person. In SSB, we'll call him this from now on, he looks to have some type of prosthetic in his mouth region. If I were to guess, it would be something in his mouth, as even the top teeth don't look real. SSB also seems to always be sticking out his tongue in most of his pictures. For some reason, even his skin tone is extremely pale and doesn't even match up to his hands in some pictures. SSB also runs other accounts similar to this one, with one of them named Mile.S95. There's a very disturbing post on this account of SSB apparently chasing a child while laughing. If you also take a look at his following list, you would see him following multiple underage children and even other accounts that look like his, and with no surprise, these are his alternate accounts. Probably the most bizarre alt account was an account named Stephanie Schooley, and at first glance it doesn't look as bad as SSB, as most of the post seems to be just a blog of a schoolgirl. But the more you look at this account, the more it starts to look like it's run by SSB. As in some of these posts, the supposed Stephanie looks like how SSB would edit photos of his supposed classmates. The way these people look is very uncanny, and is clearly not a real person. This gets more apparently obvious as the timeline of Stephanie's supposed age doesn't add up. In 2020, she claimed to be 12, and as recent as 2023, she still claims to be 13. This account would also post deepfake videos of the supposed Stephanie talking, with even using AI at some points. It's very disturbing, and we even see posts of the supposed Stephanie being posted with a lack of clothes similar to how SSB would post. And very similar to SSB, Stephanie would also post real pictures of children and claim that they were them. In a lot of these posts, there are mentions or images of heels, which again seems to be a direct link to SSB's account. Stephanie also has a Facebook and a Twitter account, but compared to her Instagram, these are very tame and doesn't include a lot of significant content. It would be later confirmed by people investigating this account that SSB actually does run this account, and there are even images as early as 2019 of him dressing up as Stephanie. This rabbit hole goes deeper than you think, and if you want to learn more about this, I highly recommend checking out Nick Curley's video over this. I was originally going to make this into its own video, but I feel like Nick covered all the information needed on the topic. SSB is one of the most concerning accounts I've ever came across on the internet, truly making him one of the most disturbing users on the internet.
It started with a balloon. A Reddit user's friend spotted it on the roadside. Just a half-deflated party balloon. What ran across it was a message. 14 kids kidnapped. Lions Glen Apartments 23 through 25 through 26. Manhole under the gravel in the backyard. Under the stove or fridge. A very chilling note, frantic handwriting, specific addresses, and a hidden manhole. It reads like it was written by a disturbed mind. The friend would call Crime Check, Spokane's non-emergency line, with the response being, "Don't worry about it." And it turns out Lion Glen was real, an actual apartment complex in Spokane. Units 23, 25, and 26 actually exist. And there is a gravel area in the back. The manhole was unverified, but the speculation would explode. Was it someone referencing the novel June Boys, where kidnapped teens send messages through balloons? Was it even a schizophrenic delusion? And it wouldn't be the first time. Locals in the thread talked to Spokane's drug crisis. Stories of notes left on windshields, of strangers yelling about underground bunkers filled with dead children, and bizarre ramblings that mirror this balloon almost too closely. But still, 14 kids kidnapped. Could someone ignore that? The original poster was a teen, and they didn't know what to believe. They posted hoping someone else could make sense of it. But what do you do with a message like that? You can't break into someone's apartment, can't check under every fridge, and the police, they already shrugged it off. The message was then gone. The balloon was taken by a family member, and it hasn't been seen since. All that's left are the pictures, theories, and doubts. But in a city already drowning in unsolved crimes, who would even notice if 14 kids were missing? Maybe it was a prank, maybe it was a cry for help, or maybe it was just noise, echoes of a mind unraveling on the streets of a forgotten city. But if it's not, that message was real, then somewhere in Spokane, behind that gravel patch or beneath an old stove, there's something no one ever checked.
Ghosted is a YouTube user who's posted on the internet with a chaotic and violent stream of consciousness. With over 200 videos, most of which are a spiral between paranoid rants, conspiracy claims, and chilling threats.
I have no motivation anymore. And, the only, motivation I have is to get revenge and kill these bitches. And, what hurts a person more? Probably killing their entire family. Think of what you've done to me. I'm gonna do it worse to you.
Ghosted is one of the many examples of an online figure that clearly shows signs of mental illness.
That law enforcement steals all my money. So I help the Sonola cartel. It only seems like, you wanted me to do this to you.
Throughout his posts, Ghosted frequently threatens violence, either towards others or himself, especially when talking about staying in Canada.
Well, you know what? Last night I drove by the house of the guy who selling me when I was a kid. Drove by the park where I was selling. Drove by the school where I was selling. Drove by the field where I was selling. And people are struggling to understand why I hatched a plan to bust a bunch of fucking people out, and they fail to understand who the f I am. It's amazing when you guys get hoodwinked. You're literally mentally handicapped.
He obsessively references the corrupt Edmonton police, claiming that they're investigating him on the behalf of Mike Bell and his rich buddies from Dodge.
Fascinating how they have corrupt cops in their detail. Sorry, corrupt cops on their payroll as well.
On August 16th, Ghosted claimed he was being mugged outside the Diamond Strip Club, and according to him, a barber told him he was being followed by Dodge Chargers.
I just had this amazing memory come flooding back to me. After I was mugged and robbed at Diamond Strip Club, I went to my barber and I got a haircut. And he's like, oh yeah, two undercover detectives driving a Dodge pickup. We're here asking questions about you. And yeah. I'm gonna kill you, motherfuckers.
He even claimed his girlfriend's phone was tapped, convinced that he was being monitored.
Here I am, wandering around, and then I go, oh hey look, my old work there, Can Traffic. I used to work for them for a little bit. Then oh hey look, we got a U-Haul here, and driving around town going, we're not in our normal vehicles. My girlfriend brought her cell phone with her, so now I know that they're tapping into her phone as well. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, these people really want to get killed.
He's also made very bizarre celebrity claims, like knowing Childish Gambino and Adam Sandler personally. He even accuses them of stealing his creative ideas.
You know, it's even more fascinating. I used a game with, Childish Gambino, Donald Glover. He's actually gotten some of my work, and, other times he just outright stole it. Piece of shit American, just always stealing. I realize now that I also gamed with Adam Sandler. Amazing how he's so brilliant, right guys? I wonder where he gets all of his ideas. I wonder! Jesus Christ, people.
He repeats this in a video titled American Thieves, filled with unhinged accusations and a violent language.
Literally have nothing to say to these Americans who keep stealing all of my lyrics, that play video games with me, only to steal my artwork. I literally want to kill you. I want to slash your throat. I want to shoot all of your family in the head and leave them in the shallow grave. Like, literally, if I had a gun right now, I think you'd all be dead.
Ghosted would continue to reference Mike Bell and even insinuated that he poked him in the eye with his thumb.
I have a great idea. You should ask Mike Bell. On LinkedIn it says he's a mortgage specialist. You should ask him how he got that eye injury. Perhaps he remembers this thumb right here. I don't know, does he remember this thumb? I don't know. Do you remember cutting my lip open with my debit card? I don't know, do you? How much do you want to bet that these people would want to take revenge on behalf of Mike Bell? I ended the guy's MMA career by stabbing my thumb in his eyeball because he was bugging me. At his place of employment, no less. And then I, got blackmailed by them and all. And, dozens of other things. You know, just gotta love corrupt police officers.
If that wasn't enough, he went on to make even more bizarre claims, like him claiming that he made the Cicada 3301 puzzle.
Hey there, Cicada 3301. You guys want to target the family? You know, I am the creator of the Cicada puzzles. You should get, you know, destroy them.
And he's even went as far as declaring himself as a prophet. Most of his videos are filled with raw rage, delusion, and despair, and it's likely that Ghosted suffers from schizophrenia, or at least displays many signs of untreated psychosis.
More amazing to me is the fact how, I moved on with my life, Ariana. You should move on with yours and quit stalking and harassing me. And, you know, showing up at the coffee shop near my girlfriend's place. Classy as shit. Wasn't that interesting, babe?
That was weird as shit. She stood out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, see that? Yeah. Oh, I'm so delusional that, you know, getting stalked by a famous pop star who's stealing all my lyrics and giving them to Justin Bieber. Oh yeah, totally. Piece of fucking shit. Get the fuck away from me.
And unfortunately, Ghosted isn't an isolated case. He's a symptom of a much deeper issue. When untreated mental illness meets the endless void of the internet, the result can be both tragic and terrifying. Karerak. Karek's channel is extremely disturbing at first sight. His bio states, Karerak loves stinky armpits, which is already concerning. The channel features videos of his character engaging in strange fetishes, including one with questionable liquid on a computer screen. Most alarmingly, there's a video titled Armpits Me that is highly disturbing. He claims in the video if the viewers write his name on their armpits and send it to him, he will give them a Roblox gift card. The video specifically states at the bottom that age doesn't matter. This appears to be a ploy to lure children into sending inappropriate pictures while bribing them with a currency for a popular kids game. And before Karek's Twitter account gets suspended, he followed multiple minors and used his platform to promote this inappropriate behavior. The content on his channel is extremely disturbing, and I strongly advise against seeking it out or viewing any of these images. This person's actions are extremely concerning and predatory, and they should be reported and removed from the website to protect young users. RG Jubilee is a very strange but interesting channel on YouTube. At first glance, it looks like the kind of content that immediately raises eyebrows, not because it's offensive, but because it's just weird. It's hard to tell if it's meant for children or if you've accidentally stumbled into something more malicious. The characters' movements are off, stiff, and robotic. Their eyes go completely black while singing, and there's even the occasional flash of red text that appears on screen for a split second, like some kind of hidden message. And at first glance, you may think this content is extremely disturbing, especially for a video clearly aimed at children. And then there's the 9/11 tribute animation.
In the heart of New York City, there's a sight that ain't so pretty. It was once called the New York Trade Center. Now it's called Ground Zero.
It's meant to be heartfelt, and it is in its own way, but the visuals carry the same strange energy. Slow pacing, emotionless faces, and awkward movement. It almost feels like you're watching a dream, one that doesn't quite make sense, but it feels too real. It's respectful, yes, but the tone is just off and unsettling even. And I wasn't the only one who thought this. People online across forums and comment sections started questioning it. Some suggested RG Jubilee was a part of something darker, that the channel is hiding behind its children's content to mask something more sinister. And then there were threads calling it creepy, off-putting, and even saying that this shouldn't even be on YouTube. And honestly, I agreed. For a while I thought the exact same thing, but when I actually took the time to dig deeper, everything shifted. Because RG Jubilee isn't doing anything malicious at all. In fact, they're doing the exact opposite. It's wholesome, and just deeply unconventional. The animations are all made by hand, and they even post videos showing how they build their own animatronics, create characters, and craft DIY effects. And there's clear love behind it. The kind of passion you rarely see in today's world. And the weirdness, it's not on purpose. It's the result of someone with a unique style that had a limited toolkit while making the best of what they have. So while the content may look unsettling at first, RG Jubilee isn't something sinister. It's just misunderstood art. If you're interested in this channel, I will leave a link down in the description below.